So hi guys, as it is only 1.5 months remaining for the IBPS clerk pre-exam, it is not very long that we'll have the preliminary exams getting conducted. So we should all be very enthusiastically and rigorously preparing for the same. And not just the IBPS clerk preliminary, but we have the SBI and the IBPS PO exams lined up with us. I myself have given the IBPS clerk rather mains also in 2020, and I had scored 79.5 marks, and the cutoff was 73.5. And in English, I scored 28.75 out of 30. So the purpose of making this video is not to discuss the content that you will be studying. Rather, it is something that you all know. You all have been doing it from very long, and you all know it. And you all have been working hard on it from very long. The motive is to discuss the strategy, because strategy is something that will make a difference ultimately. So basically, everybody is doing the hard work. You are also doing the hard work, but there has to be something that differentiates your hard work from other people's hard work, so that you stand out in the competition and you may succeed ultimately. So hard work is basically the same thing, or more or less the same thing that everybody does. But the strategy of everyone is not the same. It is different for different people. And if we take as hard work as common and cancel it, what everybody is left out is with their vision and planning and the strategy basically. So it is important. So I hope you all must be doing very well, and I would like to share the way I do the things, and I am doing the things. So basically, last year when I gave this exam, it happened in December, and I had also appeared in IBPS PO exam and RRB exam. So it was conducted in December. What I did was, first of all, I for a week I have attempted at least 10 to 12 mock tests, and whatever marks I got in that exam and in all the sectional tests and the corresponding percentiles, I jotted it down onto an Excel sheet. So I have collected this data by working for a week on it, and then I saw where were the lacunas. Means there were some particular sections in which I was not performing that great as compared to my other competitors, and it was the section of quant for me that I was not doing very well. So whenever you give a test, be it a sectional test or a full length test, just don't solve it without the timer. Many people say that submit it and then solve the questions. That strategy, it's not bad, but in my opinion, if you will solve any problem within that time frame, it is going to give you a real experience that we face in the exam. Means when we have a limited time, say 5 minutes remaining in a particular section, so our behavioral response change, and we tend to fumble, and we actually miss something out, and our concentration is lost somewhere. We are not in the position of solving any particular problem. So this particular thing has to be practiced, that the solution of a problem giving the solution of a problem under that time pressure, this has to be practiced, and this will only come when you are giving your sectional test or mock test seriously. You should feel as if you are giving the actual exam. So in these mock tests also, you have to feel the same adrenaline rush as we face in the real exam when the timer is about to elapse. and we are solving and we are stuck on a problem, and we don't know how to jumble to different problems, and we do not know how to manage it. Management is also something that needs to be practiced. See, one thing is your subject knowledge, and the other thing is your test taking capability. And the mock test gives us an opportunity to explore and develop our test taking ability. So after you are done with your sectional test or full length mock test, whatever it is, you need to analyze it. I know you have been analyzing your mock test for all through this journey, but how are you doing it? Are you doing it orally? Just to forget what mistakes that you did for the next time. What I did was I maintained several journals, not a single one. I maintained a separate journal for separate test series, for separate exams. And you can also do the same. And in that journal, I used to write everything that I learned from it. It was it seemed something to be like some research paper or something. I qualified RRBPO mains, and I had given only 2 mock tests, and this was my first attempt. See, I'm not in any ways bragging about my own self, and I want to spread whatever I have learned to everybody, and I want everybody to take advantage of my learning. So this is the motive of making the videos and sharing whatever I have learned and whatever mistakes that I have done. So as we can see, there are 3 major preliminary examinations that are lined up. So at this point of time, our main motive should be to focus on the preliminary examinations first. Because if we do not qualify the pre-exams, what is the use of preparing for the mains exam? I am not in any ways undermining the importance of mains exam, because after all, these are the main exams that will get the job, that will get you the job. So, but pre-examinations are also equally important. We should not even undermine the importance of them. So just prepare for the pre-exams well, and keep on doing the current affairs, because they are actually very important. So this was all what I have to say. I hope you liked it. If you have any queries, you can write it down in the comments below, and keep preparing well. Exams are not that far. So thank you.